Hashtag Trixie no more. Over the past couple of days, we've gotten almost 1,000 new followers. And right now, the video of me yelling at skaggs, I think, has about 62,000 views. 63,000 views. Okay. The video of the dogs and weeds over their heads hardly has 8,000 views. The video of me explaining the situation barely has 6,000 views. 63,000 views on me losing my temper, blowing my top. But the dogs are still in a pen. Randy's still scamming. He knows he's busted again, so he ran out and he bought a weed eater and an industrial mower. You know, I'm just like, I'm tired. My heart rate hasn't been under 100 today. And, I grew up in a different time. We had things like Beretta and Kojak and Quincy, and when you committed crimes, you got busted and you went to jail for those crimes. That's the way things were supposed to be. You know, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. I'm trying to hold it together. You know, we were told that there were consequences for your actions, but for more I said, I don't see that. I don't see that. What consequences has this man ever faced? I got 109 animals away from him. My beloved friend Angie got some cats and a litter of kittens away from him, which was miraculous in and of itself. You know, a couple of workers have left with an animal or two, but he's faced no consequences for his scamming, no consequences for abuse of 501c3 status, no consequences for his human trafficking activities, no consequences for his lying, no consequences for the 2,500 dogs that we estimate he killed on that property with neglect. There's just no consequences. I am a very tired old animal rescuer and tattooist and body piercer. I poked holes in people for my money, you know, honest work. But doing that work, you learn a lot about what makes people tick, and it just makes me incredibly sad that more people are concerned about the drama than they are about everything else. I have this really stupid thing that there just has to be justice, but I'm starting to believe that justice is just an imaginary construct to placate the masses. It's a roll of the dice. I don't know. It just, you know, I've saved thousands of animals out of this state. We did it ethically, we did it responsibly, we did it honestly, we didn't lie, we didn't hold up old ladies for their money. We, you know, you've got really good rescuers out there who are selling freaking cupcakes and having fake sales just to pay a few bills. And here's this creep depositing huge checks and not taking care of the animals at all with it. And I haven't seen his 2024 returns yet. He hasn't filed them. 2023, he took in $115,000. That's, do you know what I could do with that money? We don't get paid. We don't do this for money. We do this for the animals. But I'm like baffled how a video of me screaming can get 63,000 views this fast. None of the videos on this page, I don't think any of them have ever had that many, you know. It is such a mind-boggling situation. The number of people that have been trafficked through that place is astronomical. And you can see the remnants of these people all over that property, everywhere. Skaggs has furnished his wife with the remnants of these people. People recognized some of their stuff in his house right after we took the dogs. You know, this man is just... And I've been yelling for a long time about it. I mean, this goes for me. People from Elliott County will understand when I tell you, for me, this goes all the way back to old Judge Pennington. He and I had quite a few very long conversations, and Judge Pennington used to tell me that Randy was shooting those dogs that he couldn't get money for. And I told him, oh, no, he's not shooting the dogs. He's hoarding the dogs. They're dying hand over fist, no doubt. But he's not shooting them. Those dogs are his bread and butter. That's what they are. And he wasn't going to shoot them because he could have his numbers in his newsletter that he mailed out to old people to solicit donations from them. It's really important that you watch your grandparents' mail. I know that sounds terrible, but if your grandparents have any problems, you know, with donations and things like that, if you think they're giving away too much money, Randy Skaggs is a really big one that scams them. The money he's getting is coming from bequest. You know, people are leaving these large sums of money to him. Make sure he's not getting his hands on your inheritance. I mean, that's, you know, keep an eye out, because the way he packages his little mailers, they're very colorful, and, you know, a lot of older people are lonely, and they read the sad stories he writes, and they write him a check and pop it in the mail. And if that check isn't a big check, he cusses them. So please make sure your grandparents aren't donating to him at all, you know. I don't even know if the ACO has been over there to even check out the dogs, because, you know, he was cleaning up everything. I don't know if she's still making TikTok videos, making fish lips. I mean, she did some really weird fish lip videos on TikTok. I don't know. I really feel like hell. It's been a rough day. I have PTSD over the situation. There are people on this page who have PTSD over this situation. You will see them comment. Their stories are real. They are his victims. And not once has he paid for this. Not once. Nobody has cared. And, you know, I understand now why nothing was ever done for those dogs, because nobody gives a damn about the people either. You know, the people, do they matter? I don't know if they do. I mean, this is an organization that takes in, no, he still hasn't done his 2024s. Last was 2023. You know, it's just ridiculous. I don't, it blows my mind. I don't know how to even describe how I feel over that, because we have so many good, solid rescuers in Kentucky. And money's going to him. You know, there are people out there that could do so much good with that. I could do so much good with that. I can't take animals anymore. I mean, I'm just not well, but I can pay to spay and neuter them. You know, I can still help them. I don't have to take them to help them. Several people over the last week have asked me what to do, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't have any answers. I don't. I have been through every national organization. HSUS gave him money. They deposited it directly at the vet's office. They didn't give it to him. So it went for the animals, but to me that's enabling him, because they knew what he was. They had a big file cabinet full of reports on Randy Skaggs. I was told that by a lady. I never can remember if her name was Martha Armstrong or Martha Washington. But yeah, she told me they had a file cabinet of reports on Randy Skaggs and the Trixie Foundation. I put photographs in the hands of a man named Kyle, who was with ASPCA's disaster response team when they were in our area. And he told me that Randy Skaggs had a target on him, and they were coming after him. That was 11 years before we got the animals out. They never did anything. PETA had told me, you know, because I had friends at PETA. That was really disappointing to me, that they had told me that if I could get some good, solid, recent photographs, they would help. And they made a couple of phone calls. That was it. The only national organization that's done anything to help with this situation has been Guardians of Rescue. And if you have a monthly donation set up for any of those other organizations, I, as an animal rescuer and a real animal activist and Kentucky animal advocate, strongly suggest you support Guardians and not the others. They don't need your money. Your money goes to the animals with Guardians, and I assume that's what people donate for. I know I look washed out. My BP's been really wonky. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I've done it all. I've done it all. I mean, we got the t-shirts, you know. Got the t-shirts. Got the Trixie No More shirt. Got the Caesar shirt about the, when he called us bored housewives. We were bored housewives. You know, What's it going to take to stop one madman? He is one smelly, feces encrusted, rat nest haired idiot. Why can't somebody stop him? I don't. That just doesn't click with me. I have always been an action person. If there's a problem, you fix it. And, you know, like I said, I grew up in a different time where we really believed that you paid for your crimes. And, I mean, that's just not the case. I guess I'm asking too much for people to care about the animals, and they don't care about the people either. Kentucky FBI, sheriff didn't want to help her. KSP's closed the investigation. His little letter that he posted, oh my God, that is so fucking funny. I'm sorry, it is. That is just, that's so fucking Randy Skaggs. You know, there's a real good chance that he never even mailed it. But yeah, they don't pay attention to him at KSP. Hey, Lisa. Me and Lisa Rossman got sued by Randy, the first slap suit. We came out on top. It was dismissed for non-prosecution. He couldn't prove anything we said was untrue. It cost us money. We still came out on top. The second slap suit he filed against me, the suit was ongoing when the Kentucky anti-slap law was passed. So the suit had to play itself out, and it was dismissed with prejudice. So I beat him in 2 lawsuits. I took 109 animals away from him. I've got a Facebook page all about his crimes. Thank you, Cecile. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Kelly. I know. You know, what do you do? What do you do when everything has failed? What do you do? I can't do this again. You know, this situation has played a lot of my health issues because of the stress. And then when I was in the hospital, my heart failing, I had to deal with the Kelly Blankenship horde. That's another one, reported that one everywhere. I think he's still running his illegal church and flipping animals. I took 60 from a hospital bed from him. You know, I don't know what to do anymore. I never in my life thought that I would ever have to call the FBI, but damned if I don't come to the backwoods of Kentucky and I have to call the FBI. I left Gulfport, Mississippi because of the crime. Fuck. Oh, God, hell. I don't know what to do. I do know that I won't take any more animals on. I won't handle the seizure. I won't ask people to fund another nightmare like that. I just, not out of there. No. Not something that is so hopeless. It just I don't know. If y'all have suggestions, I'm open, but I need someone to do their damn job. You know, and until my dying day, I will believe that someone got killed out there. You don't threaten people with that unless you're very secure in it. I had many discussions about that with William Copeland when he was working on this. He and I spent hours on the phone talking about this. And it is 100% feasible that somebody got mauled to death when he had 300 dogs out there. I'm sorry, that's just, it's feasible. You see the news reports where people get mauled by 1 or 2 dogs. Imagine being a pen 300 and they're resource guarding. He has put people's lives at risk so many times. There are people, again, on this page who will tell you their lives were put at risk. I have photographs of one girl's legs after she got mauled. Nobody's done it. I just don't know how some people sleep at night. I really don't. I don't know how they can know this is going on and be okay with it, because it's not okay. But anyway, I just came on to express my surprise that that stupid video of me screaming at a known exploiter, hoarder, animal abuser, abuser of people, and scammer got 63,000 views. That's just mind-boggling to me. It really is mind-boggling. But, anyway, thanks for being here. I don't know what to do, so I've done my part. I know that if I kick the bucket, I have done my level best to stand in the way of this nightmare and this injustice. I have done my part to inform people. I have done what a good citizen is supposed to do. And the way I see it, the government failed. Big time. Especially Elliott County. I'm talking to you, Myron Lewis. I posted your response to the seizure on the page the other day. What a hypocrite you are. What a liar you are. You didn't even pass an ordinance. You did nothing. I took on the responsibility of paying for the dogs and cleaned up a mess that had been festering in Elliott County for many years. And you let them do it again. So that makes you both a hypocrite and a liar. I'm sorry, that's just the truth of it. And I don't know that Ann Lewis has ever inspected him. I don't know that she's ever gone out on that hill. For all I know, she's just stood there at the old fence at the old compound and talked to him. So I'm not going to hold my breath that anything's going to be done. But this page will stay here after I'm gone, so there'll be a record. I hope somebody else can do something, because I'm worn out. I'm done. I'm just, I already struggle with sleep because of CRPS. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a doozy. So, I don't sleep well. Well, this week has been a real doozy. I've hardly slept at all. Which is the reason my heart keeps trying to pound on my chest. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening to me cry. I don't know. Complain. Freak out. I don't understand this world. I don't understand it. Thanks.